Hi, this is Ferre with TaxSaleSupport.com. I'm here with Swenson to do another property deal of the week video for April of 2020.
Yeah, we're going to check out some more great properties, great tax deeds from Florida today.
Yeah, Florida is a unique state when it comes to tax sale opportunities. I think it confuses a lot of people because it's a state that it basically offers both tax liens and tax deeds. Florida sells tax liens that have a 2-year redemption period attached to them, which basically means that when you buy a lien in Florida at the auction, it's going to be 2 years before you can take any kind of action or before you can do anything.
Yeah, now once that 2-year period has passed, then the lien holder can go ahead and fill out what's called a deed application with the county, and the county's going to go ahead and foreclose on the property. So the county will foreclose on it and then offer it up at one of their tax deed auctions. Now, whoever buys the property at the tax deed auction will actually be the one that ends up paying off the tax lien holders.
Yeah, the only way that the lien holder will end up with the property in Florida is if the property doesn't get at least a minimum bid at the auction, which sometimes you'll see the results from that on online auctions where it says went to certificate holder.
Yeah, now most properties going to start at the opening taxes, penalties, and fees, except for homestead property. So that means somebody's personal home and they filed the homestead exemption. Then it will start at around 50% of the assessed value.
Yeah. So the properties we're going to look at here are in Pinellas County, and this is with a sale that's going to be occurring on the 15th of April. This is an online auction hosted through Real Auction.
Yeah, so what we want to do now is actually go check out some of these properties and start kind of going through the online auction.
All right, so let's...
First thing we're going to do is we always go to TaxSaleSupport.com, even if we're doing our own research or trying to get to links, just because it's the quickest way to access everything.
So we're going to go into the online auctions, we're going to go into the tax deeds, and then we're going to go down until we get to Florida here, and then we can get to Pinellas, which is going to be right here.
Yep. Now, once we click on the website, we can see the auction calendar there. That's where we're going to click on if we want to look at the properties. Now, if we were going to register for the auction, we'd go ahead and get it registered on the button that's above that one.
Yeah. Now, for this auction, we can see the layout's pretty nice, and it allows us to see exactly what the opening bid amount is and what the assessed value is, along with the link, to be able to access it. And so, what we're looking for here in properties, we can see, a $15,000 opening bid here with an assessed value of $151. That looks, the numbers look good there.
Yeah, that's what we call the bid to value ratio when we're looking at how much is the opening bid amount versus the property's assessed value. And if it looks like it has a good spread, then we're going to look more into the property and find out what it is.
Yeah, it looks like built here in the 70s. It's about 1,900 square feet. And, let's grab the address here. It might be the fastest way here.
What we'll do is just, take a look on Zillow and see if we can see what the property is.
Yes, I don't know if we'll be able to get a good image of this particular property. We can kind of see...
No, in fact, you can kind of almost see it off there in the distance.
Yeah, you can kind of see it out there a little ways. And
if we wanted to look more into it, though, we'd, pull up the GSI map and get an idea of where the property lines are to kind of figure out really what it is.
Yeah, but we can also check out some of these other properties here and see... see some of these others, especially if we're kind of looking for something that'll be a little bit more photogenic here for everybody to see. So this particular property we can see right here, 828 North Jackson, and this is an image from July of 2019, so it's not that old of an image.
No, less than a year.
Yeah.
And at that point, it still looks, very livable, and really, even though it's a bit on a commercial, it's overall a pretty nice little property.
Yeah, it really is. And let's also check and just see
250.
So, value there at 251 there, and so really, for the $15,000 opening bid amount, you still got quite a bit of room to to play with there, and this is saying that it's got a rent estimate of about $1,400 a month. It's a one bedroom. Oh, I'm sorry, not a one bedroom. It doesn't say.
Information's probably old.
Yeah, it says it was built in 1970 though, and it gives us some of the some comps there for right around that area. And so yeah, that's what we like to see though, are comps, actual values that are above what the assessed is, and a market that looks pretty good and strong, and that looks great.
Yeah, I mean, even if we decided it was worth 200 based on condition or anything like that, with that opening bid amount, it looks like could be a really good property.
Yeah,
plenty of potential.
Yeah, similarly, we have this property here opening at 6,500, valued at about 52. We can take a look. It's almost as fast now just to pull these up to see what they are.
Yeah, and as we're looking at the bid to value ratio, when we're talking about that opening bid versus the assessed value, usually a good property is going to be around 10 to 15% of the assessed value should be the opening bid amount.
Yeah, which, that's what we like to see, not necessarily because that's what it's going to sell for. What determines that is how much competition is at the sale and what somebody else is willing to pay. But it at least gives us a lot more room to work with compared to properties that start at 40% or 50% or 80% of market value.
Well, and you get that chance where you don't have as many people at the auction or participating on that property, and you get it at the price that you want.
Yeah, that's not too bad looking there as a property, and valued there at about $206,000. Is listed there, built in 1972, and again a good rent estimate too on the property. That one starts at $12,000 though, and it's valued at $200,000. So you
can see all the similar sold examples as well, of similar size type properties that are for sale, that have sold within the area.
Yeah, and
just
really,
one after another.
Yeah, all of these look really good here, in this area. And
one thing else we need to think about is that, we're only 4 or 5 days from the auction. So it's, a lot of the properties that have fallen off, have been paid back and have redeemed between now and then. So there's at least a higher chance that these properties are going to go to the auction because it's so close to the auction date. Some of them will still get paid off, but
that's actually not too bad of a house back there behind it all.
No, it needs to go in there and clean the yard, but really good bones, clean bones.
Yeah, it looks like like it was pretty well cared for there.
Even the paint or stucco or whatever looks pretty new. Now that one.
Yeah, this one right here opens up at $43,000, valued at $449,000. Yeah, and they are close enough that any of these could have a much higher chance here of going to auction.
Oh, I looked at this one.
Yeah, it's kind of a colonial style.
Yeah.
Home here. Beautiful house. Very nice. And we got photos. Interior photos of it, valued at $560 here currently. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath at 3,100 square feet. And yeah, we've got
a ton of photos.
Yeah, we've got lots of interior images here on the property, which is great. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, even if these photos are a couple of years old, oh, look at that.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. That gives you at least an idea of what the property was, and so you can better determine how much your high bid's going to be on this type of property, because this is going to, even if you sold it for $200,000 or $300,000, if you sold it for $200,000, there's so much profitability, you could make $300,000 on it. If you sold it for half price, you could still make $250,000 on that deal.
Yeah, there is a ton of opportunity there with that, especially seeing how there's no homestead exemption or anything. there's just and with it starting at such a low amount, there really is a lot of room to work with. And we're just on the first page here.
Well, and if they don't have a homestead exemption, it's probably not their only home. Usually, if it's somebody's only home, they have a homestead exemption. It allows them to save money on their property taxes as well. And so these, could be owned by second homes. They could be owned by investors.
Oh yeah, I think that's a trailer park. I think.
Oh, I think that one has actually. It might be a. Let me check. I looked at one of them, and I think it was a big, huge.
Automobile rental agency, used car lot, trailer.
But it was like a trailer lot, like a used. Maybe if we go look at it could have been a different property, but. Oh, maybe not. I might have been thinking about an earlier one I was looking at today. That one does look like a car lot.
It is a car lot. It's Mr. Auto, right there. Yeah, and that's an August of 2019 image as well. But yeah, it's that car lot right there.
Yeah, you buy that and rent it back to them. It's possible that they might not even own it, that they're renting. A lot of those businesses are renting like a car lot. They don't own the land.
Yeah. I'll just look at...
There was one property I was looking at one of the online auctions today that was a...
Oh, that's another nice house.
It was a huge fenced lot that had all of these trailers in it for sale.
Yeah. Let's see here. Really, I've not seen anything yet out of this list, that didn't look pretty attractive. Now, here's one that probably has a homestead exemption on it.
Yeah, we could even look at it.
Yeah, and so...
You see, first thing we see is the ownership and the mailing address and the site address are both the same.
Yeah. And then down here under exemptions, we can see that they do have the homestead exemption here. And that's why the opening bid amount is so high. This property is $996,000. Property's only assessed at $265,000.
Go back real quick to the assessment record, because I just see that $313.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if they're putting. Oh, that's the market value is $313. So they have the market value a little higher than they're assessed.
Yeah, at least this year they do. They haven't done that. Well, yeah, I guess they have before, just not every year. But yeah, interesting. There are a lot of great properties here. This would be a good sale to participate in, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of good properties that will still go to the auction.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are some interesting examples there to take a look at.
Well, again, about this auction, it's Pinellas County, happening on April 15th.
Yeah, this is, again, the online auction through realauction.com. You can see all the information is there. It's relatively easy to digest and kind of go through, and there's a ton of opportunity.
Now, if you guys enjoy our trainings and would like to participate in our weekly webinars and have access to all of our home study programs and materials and list, you definitely need to check out our membership program at Tax Sale Support.
Yeah, it's only $39 a month, and you can cancel anytime you want, or $29 a month if you get a year up front. And that includes not only the monthly lists, but also the training as well, including things like live trainings that we do every week. It's by far the best deal when it comes to training.
Yeah, 30-day money-back guarantee, and most people, end up staying with us until they no longer need us.
Yeah, it's kind of the way we wanted it originally.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you see value to the list and everything we provide, we love having our membership. So if you enjoy this, go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah, and hit the thumbs up if you like the videos. Thanks so much.